starting with like mid, there's like two mids. At least I'll just give you the ones that we play. We're pretty good at this map. Um, but it just kind of comes down to some coordination shit. So one of your scouts is gonna play here, and the other one's gonna be up here. You guys can make that distinction. Our pocket scout plays here, and our flank scout plays there. For everybody to know. The reason is because most of the time the medic will roll out, come out, arrow the demo or heal him, and kite left, hold here, and heal the scout on high ground right here. Majority of the time.
Okay, so it's more like about where a medic plays that the pocket scout will play.
Yeah, yeah. And he just also likes playing top left. He doesn't like the shed. Um, and then our pocket will play like kind of over here if we're playing passive, and then our roamer will play on the other side. Um, just for everybody to know. So we roll out here. We don't really roll out catwalk ever. On a double bomb mid, I would just recommend doing these bombs. And don't you can land saw, but a lot of teams these days are playing to absorb this guy right here. So this is like getting worse to land here. Kind of how I would do it is I would have this guy on the right go first, and then like 1 second later, the guy that's playing top left can do this one and bait the first bomb, and then try and land on them. Because it's typically I don't really like landing together, and we've been kind of staggering our bombs, and it's been working quite a bit better. So it's like 3, 2, 1, I'm in. 1 second, I'm in. And this guy's higher too, so he'll take longer to land.
We've also
Um,
been experimenting with like one high and one low bomb at the same time to draw
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
eyes.
yeah, yeah. This one, Ash does this bomb all the time.
Yeah.
That one, that low bomb, because like the guy the scout that's like playing up there, right there, is like looking in the sky for that first guy. So it's just about staggering bombs and baiting each other.
In that case, our high bomb would go first because we needed to draw eyes for the low bomb.
Yep, yep, exactly. And part of drawing eyes too is that your scout on the shed runs kind of a cross point and tries to pressure the demo because you need eyes on like the center point so that way you can get through right lane clean. I will talk about a passive bid in a second, but while that's happening, typically I'll kind of won't go past for the I don't know if the medics here. I kind of play right here and watch for bombs and heal my demo and my pocket scout as they help across point. But you don't usually like cross full. I don't usually do that. Usually I stay right here, like around this area, and we kind of just spam with our team. And then if we get the medic, we can just leave, or if we get 2 picks with our bomb, we can just clean up on the damage or whatever. But all inning is kind of like crossing because you want to avoid. I understand if there's like players behind crossing,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that like if you see everything in front and soldiers are playing to fight your soldiers and shit, there's no reason to run at them. So it's just about making that distinction. That's on your pocket scout to like spot players and like if you're like there's one in our kitchen, there's one in our saw, let's go across. That's like a good call. But if it's like there's a soldier up there, the one in saw fighting your other soldier, then it's like well let's just try and apply pressure slowly
Okay,
and
so
like
if,
maybe go this far.
if I call there's like a soldier flanking us, that's a cue for Yahweh that we're probably going to be walking all the way across point.
Yes. Yes, and then you deal with that guy after. Now, if your bomb's just now part of the reason why you don't cross immediately is because if your bomb's bad, you're just gonna lose the mid. So if you're here, you can at least leave and salvage on second, because you don't just want to lose the game instantly. Because you can get mid to lasted on this map pretty hard. You got to be kind of conscious. Um, that's like the double bomb mid. Is there any questions about that? Because if not, I'm gonna talk about the passive mid, which I sort of prefer, but the passive
Um,
mid is basically this. Everyone's playing in the same place. This guy's spamming. This guy can play. Pocket can play on stairs here, and like spam. Spam top front of point. Spam the other soldier that's playing up there, and just kind of wait. And if their soldiers bomb, you guys can just bomb these players crossing the point.
mhm.
Um, and then you just hope your scouts deal with the soldiers. Alternatively, if a soldier is high bombing and you see that guy and you see your roamers fighting that guy on point and that soldier's going to land and spawn, you're allowed to fight that guy. and just 2-rocket him. He's gonna be like 170. Especially if your demo's fighting those things across point too, because if you see soldiers landing on your combo, bomb them. If you see soldiers landing space behind, kill those soldiers.
Are you talking about our pocket soldier specifically,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
either soldier?
I'm mostly talking about pocket. Roamer's gonna have to fight across point most of the time, because he's gonna be up top here as well. So he can like he can kind of like be here and like fight this shit across the floor when they double bomb. So, but our pocket, like my general rule is like, if things are landing on the combo, get aggressive. If things are landing behind, like in Saw, for example, kill that thing.
Okay, I'll try and reiterate that to Joker.
Yeah, I think it's kind of important. Um, and then like your demo's kind of playing here. Pocket Scout needs to hold height here. Um, and kind of the beam needs to stay on this guy a little bit because he's going to be getting spammed. So it's going to go between these two. And then your flank scout, I don't know if he's here. He's going to be dancing around this area quite a bit, like on and off these two like bits of ground here, and because you can get heals every once in a while. But I would just look to like try and keep your scouts buffed at the start of mid, and then like because your soldiers should be at least like 220 when the soldiers bomb. That's enough for one jump.
So, are
Kind
you recommending the medic stays on the left side of mid rather than the right side, or is it more preference?
Yeah. Um, I'm saying stay here.
Okay.
Now you can kite either way because you can surf a rocket this way. Sometimes I do this. I surf a rocket this way over the stairs, and you have a scout and a soldier here helping you. Or you kind of surf towards cat, and you have a roamer and your pocket scouts up here, and your demos here helping you. So if you see both guys going high and they're landing lower here, you're like, all right, I'm gonna surf this rocket this way, and then you kind of have like a safety net on both sides.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Um, You guys can also just bomb off damage. So like if for example you're 10 seconds into the mid and your demo goes, I hit their scout on shed for 100, or like I hit their demo for 100, or I hit the med for like 80, that's probably a cue to double bomb. You don't just want to stand around and spam forever. You got
Hmm.
to do something eventually. Some teams will just stand around and spam. Like in advanced, there's one team. Oh my god, they would just stay. The mid would literally they would play for Uber. They would
Oh
just
my
they
gosh.
would bunker at catwalk and spam and just play for Uber. It was insane. It
That's
worked. A lot of teams just double bombed into them and fed, and they just won every mid.
But if you just take ground and spam them out, there's no way. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but teams aren't good enough in advance to do that realistically. So they just like got away with it for a long time. Um, but yeah, that's kind of mid. Um, you have a double bomb mid and you have a passive mid. The goal of the passive mid is to absorb the soldiers and stop the things from crossing the point. You know, not necessarily have to kill the things crossing the point. It's just stopping them so you can kill the soldiers clean and then refight.
Right. So our demo might even just like carpet and just like hold that carpet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the demo should not be shooting the soldiers by any means. That guy should be trusting.
okay.
Yeah. Um.
Very straightforward.
Yeah. So say you win
Play
mid.
Reinhardt demo.
Yeah. So you win mid. Um. Let's start with even Ubers. You can pressure Saw or lower. It's honestly preference. I would recommend going where the demo's not trapping. Obviously, that makes sense.
Right.
So if you hear he's trapping lower, play here. What we do is we take Pocket Scout demo through this door here, spam these guys back a little bit, give our pocket 300, that guy jumps C's. Starts applying pressure to these guys, can duck into here and get this pack if he needs to. Well, that guy's drawing a player, because the player might run back through bridge, go back there. Player might jump him. Your pocket scout and demo should be like around this area here. Medic, you should just be here, healing. The demo and scout are here, and you're kind of just spamming. You're looking for a pick. Your soldier has this area under control. And then while that's happening, once you maybe get damage on the medic or spot where they're at, your soldier can sack through window. Your roamer, I mean, can sack through window.
Mhm.
Your roamer can come with you guys and do this jump. That's a really powerful one because if you just get control of that space. I wouldn't really recommend going lower, just because most of the time, if you're playing Saw, the scout can still be right here, and this bomb is just less good when that guy's there.
You mean the roamer shouldn't go lower, but everything
Yeah,
else you're talking about is still
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Window and Saw are good for roamer if you're pressuring Saw.
Got it.
So I like that cheese play a lot. I think it's really good.
What should our pocket soldier be going for when he goes cheese? Because he's gonna die
Shoot the demo.
eventually, right? So just to make
Shoot the
space.
demo. So yeah, you can shoot the demo. You can get say you're 100 HP. You can get bowed pretty easily here. There's not a lot that's going to be hitting you if you're standing right here.
And should he threaten going behind, or is he kind of just chilling?
He can, but most of the time, a scout is going to run back here and try and fight him here. And if he like 2-rocket, 3-rockets that guy, then this is just a free point. And if he doesn't and he dies, then you just leave because you're not really committed. But this guy should most of the time be jumping here, shooting the demo, probably getting hit for 100, 150. Get a bow, and then you can jump out. You can jump like this, do a little fade. It's just all about drawing eyes for your roamer to get through a door. Not necessarily trying to get a kill.
Okay.
Make some noise. And...
Yeah.
I could see us losing both soldiers on this play a lot. So what's the best way to hold mid if that happens?
So if you lose both soldiers, usually we will do flank scout kind of on this thing, spotting because he can spot both doors here. Demo is holding right here with stickies up. If you can get stickies on lower and on like this thing right here, or above this thing, I mean, and just hold like this, that's great. And then if they go lower, you can bring Uber Saw and fight these two people in here and kill them. If they come Saw, it's just a trade, and your demo can just take a trade and stuff them in this doorway.
Okay.
The spawn times are pretty quick on this map, and the spawn's not far away, especially for Soldier. So if they're not careful and they go slowly, they're going to get crushed by Soldier spawners after an Uber, because they're just stuck in these doorways. Now, to stop losing 2 soldiers on that play, the easiest thing would be to take it slow, get this guy into here, get an arrow, and then just kind of like feel it out for a second, call where the medic's at, and then have that guy sack. And then just jump out.
Right.
If you want to. Just this guy being here is enough to throw the entire team off, because it threatens behind, it threatens this guy sacking. Like if the roamer's like, I can't go, that's not a bad bomb either.
Right. Just options.
It's just options, but you just guys have to communicate with each other. This is what I'm teaching you right now is what invite teams do. So it's not easy. It's not expected to be easy, but it's just like it's like just the best way to do it, and it builds good habits. Like this is universal on most maps. Like getting a soldier on high ground behind to pressure for a sack is like
Okay.
It's pretty yeah.
It really opens up the map when like you're able to get someone behind and like the enemy team knows they're there, so like it kind of makes them hesitate to like commit to things.
My pocket scout likes to bring our flank scout here and send him through cheese sometimes, and just go take a 1v1. So we do some crazy shit, and then just at that point your roamer would watch lower. Let's talk about pressuring lower, because most demos in main I think are going to put sticky saw. So there's that. Lower medic, you're going to be about here. Can't really eat spam from here. That guy main's not going to shoot you. That guy on pipe can shoot you. But normally, if he's standing there, he's getting spammed. Usually they're on like the other side of the pipe.
Right.
And you're kind of healing here. This is the deathway door. I've died so many times here. I've gotten bowed by the medic and hit by a rocket. I've gotten fucking piped. I've gotten everything. Demo can stand here though. That guy's 260. He's getting a beam. You're kind of just looking here for anything close, seeing what space they'll give you, because usually teams are holding saw. So what'll happen is that they'll just rotate over here. I need to go cap a point. I'm gonna go do this from the other side. I don't know why it didn't go to MP Tournament 1.
I think you have to do it in the first 30 seconds before like the game starts. When it's like MP waiting for players.
Oh, gotcha. So most of the time teams will rotate from Saw and come this way, and then like the demo will fight lower from like right here from this door. So when that happens, the medic is usually going to be over here. Around this area, maybe here. I hold here sometimes. I hold here. You can. It's a little harder to get damage on the medic or get space. So what you can do is you can get your roamer 300 or your pocket 300. Oh my god. And
It's
you
usually hard to
can.
do.
I know. And then you can do a fade bomb. And you can also. Sometimes I almost prefer to do this. Is bring 4 lower, like your combo, and send both your flank players with buff to Saw to try and fight a guy here. So like they kind of bust through this because most the demo's not going to be looking here. He's going to be looking lower at you guys. You can try and find a scout. The roamer can do this and get behind. The scout could do that, and the roamer could live. The roamer can come here and high bomb. You guys can take a 2v1 and kill a soldier or a scout. There's a lot of things you guys could do because your combo lower is literally serving no purpose other than drawing eyes.
I was about to ask, what are we trying to do, lower?
Yeah. There's no purpose other than drawing eyes because there's not really like in Saw you can kind of get a pick. That's why I like pressuring Saw because you can kind of get that guy in cheese. You can hit the demo for 100. A scout can try and take a trade into you. You can kill a guy behind. But like here you're kind of a little limited because you don't really want to go further than like this because the guy's probably just gonna high bomb you.
If they're slow to rotate to deny us, like with their demo, what
Take your space.
should we like take the shack you're next to? Like, is
Yes.
that worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you should take next. If they're slow to rotate, absolutely take your space. If you can get up to this shack and get established and they're getting pushed kind of back to bats here,
It's gonna be so hard for them to do anything.
yeah, it's also don't be afraid to take a trade. Because this yard is not a bad place to regroup. You have a lot of shit that's like blocking spam from you. So
Mhm.
like if your soldiers are like if you're trading, your soldiers are doing some also this bomb and it's during a trade and hiding here while they're trading on point is so good. So I would think about that. There's let me reframe let me focus up on this because I'm talking about a lot of things you can do lower. My default would be to sack through Saw, like bring both flank players Saw and look for a sack. And if you can't get a sack and Saw and they both get hurt and have to back up, just send your pocket.
Makes sense.
Other option is if they're slow, obviously take your space all the way up to shack. Pocket, don't just like fucking walk around here and like shoot rockets like this. Like come over here and get a fucking buff and jump and like come here or something. I hate when my soldier or anybody like is just standing here like shooting direct on point. He's just the demo can just do that and he's taking heals the same damage as that guy. Scout can obviously jump around the shed and shit.
Makes
Oh my god,
sense.
it's 922. Okay. Let's say you're pushing with ad. 30 ad. I would just if you're gonna dry push, use all the same principles I just told you when pressuring.
Mm-hmm.
Get a guy if you have 30 ad, get a guy in here. They're probably gonna be playing bats. It's even better. This guy can pressure and make them fear for their
You can
lives
trap
and
them.
back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back up. Start prodding this way. Roamer and Scout clear lower. Cross behind the log so you don't get headshot. Shit like that, and take it for free. If it's an Uber situation and you want to use into them and like you see them on bridge here, medic, you could be the goat and get scout speed and hit this jump. You can do that, and you guys could run a Uber through Saw. I love that Uber. Is your soldier jumps into here, and your medic uses scout speed and does whoo, whoo, and it's like really quick, and you can like cut them off in lobby if they're playing bats. You can also just run it bridge. Run, use, and then you can use into lobby here. And a lot of times teams will just no mind cross like this and cross to right, and you'll just catch them here. Obviously, if they leave this way, it's bad.
That's what we want to
But you
do
can,
in their position, is leave left.
yeah, absolutely, and just leave left. And even if you guys push into lobby and push them out, you guys still establish here on second, and you can push into last and maybe go for a back half or something like that. Because this last is notoriously hard to push out of. If you're going through lower, all the same principles. Get a soldier to do the high bomb, draw some eyes. Take this wide. Take this wide and slow. Watch for these high bombs here. They can do one off that wall. They can do one off the pipe.
Do you recommend baiting your medic in lower, or is it easier to defend them if they come out into the open?
Just defend them. Walk them wide.
Okay.
Walk them wide. Play on this shack. If they're like sticks up and it's even Ubers, you can bait lower. Like you could stand in this doorway for 3 seconds and bait that guy to bomb you and then duck into here
Mm-hmm.
and then
As
regroup
medic?
and yeah, that's fine if they're like 6 up. If they're like down a soldier and it's just one soldier, just take it wide. Or if they're like down a scout and that guy's not going to be able to like pressure your soldiers. Basically, if they're 6 up, bait a soldier. If they're not, just take it wide and slow.
Makes sense.
Yeah, just communicate to each other about what classes are alive. Um, Holding second. Let's do that quickly because I want to talk about pushing last.
Mm-hmm.
Holding second, medic play here. I usually play along this thing. Or here.
Okay.
Or here. One of these places. I usually like move between the two. If you stand here, you can heal these guys like a little easier on pipe too. Demo plays here. Pocket can play up on the pipe or up on the cheese door. Pocket Scout can play on this thing. Scout can play here. Counter sack, you can go through lower or cheese or fast saw. It doesn't really matter. Just try and get somebody in fast. I would usually bring the combo here. Pocket jumps here. Demo tries to peek that door and you guys pressure. If Roamer can't go, Pocket can... I fucked that up, but you can do that stack. But yeah, honestly, you kind of have to wait for them to make a mistake because pushing into mid's kind of hard. So I would just hold, be very rigid. If they bring heals lower, be fast to rotate your demo over to this door here to fight them. If they also go lower fast, Roamer, you can do this bomb onto the medic if he leaves that door. Like if they're drying and they're really far forward and you're 6 up and they're like right here, bomb them. Take a trade. This is better for you. They're far away from the doors to leave. They're kind of stuck in.
Right.
You're here. You have the point. You have the high ground. So pocket. You can even like while your roamer's bombing. I like this. Like my pocket does this sometimes. Oh fuck. But like spamming them like that, like this doorway is so powerful. No one's fighting you here, and if they do, they just get munched.
Yeah, it's vision,
like,
but also protection. Is that wall?
So like your demo here and your pocket playing like around this area, because you can also like if the guy's like I'm bombing, you can just do that. If your roamer's like I'm bombing and he's like it's gonna be good, like support me in yard, then you can just like help him like that. You also can even go over here and help saw if you need to. So these are all really good spots. Pocket's really important on this map, IMO. I think soldiers are really important. That's why I've kind of been talking about a lot of soldier shit. Let's talk about pushing last. I'm just gonna break it down the simplest way. I don't Uber top left unless it's oh no. That didn't work. Oh no, I have to fucking cap? That's crazy. What's your guys' experience like pushing? Have you guys scrimmed this map yet?
I don't,
We've done
actually,
it times.
only the preseason. I don't think we've done it recently.
Okay.
We did a
I
map
don't know why the
review
time limit's not changing.
Wednesday last week, but I don't think it was that effective, honestly.
Gotcha. Pushing last quickly. Top left is the door that you go when you're dry pushing. If you have numbers ad, if you have, 50 Uber ad, if you have whatever, this door is the best. Soldiers can do this bomb and fade and land on the truck or over here and get an arrow. Just take control of this whole left lane and then go across together. Pressure the point. Uber, you have Uber ad. Lower is really good. Just call where their gun's at, or they're heavy, or whatever you want to get, and bomb that side. Don't be indecisive. Ending right here is the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So end a side. Pick a side and in there. Same thing with top right. Usually you kill this gun here, and the demo kind of stickies this door. Your soldiers should get in top left when that's happening and stuff this door, and scout to cap the point.
Sorry, can you say that again?
When you're Ubering through the right door,
Mm-hmm.
one of the Ubers you can do is going through the right. The demo kills this gun or whatever's here and pushes them into spawn and stickies this door. While that's happening, your soldiers can both come to the left. Both soldiers and your flank scout can come to the left and kill whatever's here or push whatever's back here and bomb this door, shoot this door, and then your combo scout caps.
Right.
That's one thing you can do, is show them into spawn. And obviously if they don't go into spawn, you just kill them. The other thing you can do is Uber through right, and we do this a lot where we sticky jump and cross to left. And then all 6 of us will meet up here together. Hopefully we've gotten a pick by then. We'll get an arrow, and then we will fight across together. We go 3, 2, 1, soldiers come across. We fight together. And if you guys have time tomorrow, if we wanted to, we could watch one of our demos that I think shows like really well how to push last and shit. Because this last is hard to push. Because they can kite really hard, they can kite through spawn really. Like, the spawn's better now. So, like, you don't get stuck in that long hallway anymore. Like, you don't get banny binded to the wrong side. Like, it's just
Really?
more
That
consistent.
works
Yeah.
consistently now? Fantastic.
It's just like more consistent now. You just get banny binded, you get put like right here, like in between the 2 doors.
Hmm.
I think. Yeah, see? Yeah. So, it's just like, it's really good. It's hard. So that's why I like emphasize if because they're gonna abuse going into spawn. So I emphasize like jumping the doors.
Mm-hmm.
But just work on your mid. Again, this map's really easy to mid to last spawn. Because if you like lose mid, it's really hard to like fight second from last. We can talk about pushing to the last sometime else. I have to kind of go.
Yeah, same as with us.
Yeah, but like pushing to the last is basically impossible unless you Uber out. I wouldn't do it even if they're down 2 players. I wouldn't push out and trade.
You're saying unless you have Uber ad?
Unless you have Uber out, I wouldn't push out.
Alright, so just sack.
Yeah, you just sack. Trying to take a trade when they're like holding is really hard. Oh, holy shit, real quick. If you double sack, we didn't get to talk about it, usually through top left. Your demo will hold bats, put stickies here, and if you have time, put them there and just hold right here. Your pocket holds on bridge right here at this doorway. Your medic plays right here and heals that guy. And your pocket scout plays right here and denies the soldier lower or rotates cheese if they pressure cheese. I know you already have stickies there, but it's just important to have both. And he
Oh
can
no,
hold
yeah,
right here
that's
as
why he
well.
doesn't get through. Yeah.
Yeah. Some teams will switch and the demo will play here and the soldier will play bats. I have found that a scout will slither through here or a soldier will speed shot through here easier. And it is just terrible. So I just prefer to have them switch roles and have that door and that door locked, and just the pocket can literally just spam them out here. Or if he wants to, he can go pop on me and then just take a trade.
Cool. This is exactly what I was thinking for when we 2-man on this map, so that makes sense.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. That's exactly how Froyo does it. That's literally stolen from a Banny stream.